Are you a Fed?
Alright, hold on, I want to do one thing real fast. I want to test my mic out. Hold on. Okay, yeah, it works. Cool. Let's do this. Alright. Let's do this. Oh, I mean, move the thing. There we go. It's there. Turn that off quickly. Alright, cool. I think we are good to go. Let me do one final check first, alright? Do one final check for stream sake. Hold on. Testing. Hold on. I'll make sure my mic actually works. Hold on. I'll make sure my mic actually works. It does work there, but it doesn't work over here. Why is that? Hold on. I gotta make sure I can be heard out here in the streets. Hold on. Can I be heard on, like, the YouTube thing? Hold on. Hold on. It does work there, but why is that? Whatever. Alright. What I'm gonna do is... Let's see here. I am going to... Yeah, it's fucking cold. Hold on. Believe it or not, actually I'm cold. I did get cold out here. It did get cold out here in the streets. Alright, fuckers, let's do this. Whoops. It's time to get Linda going. Alright. I want to make sure my mic is... Or let's see here, hold on. Give me an example. Okay, yeah. I want the audio completely
This stream's running
up.
on caffeine, chaos, and my emotional damage.
There you go. I need her to be louder for my YouTube shorts, by the way. I realized she was so quiet, you know? Anyway, I think we're good, actually. Alright, so... Let's see here. Fucking... What do we call it? We are going to be working on Linda, okay? Today it is Linda's, what would be Linda's birthday, actually, you know? Because we have, like, different... God. Okay. Alright. I think Linda's birthday should literally be the day I started streaming, honestly. Maybe. I know I started streaming in May of last year, May 2023. Oh, when did I first use Linda? Because Linda isn't really new on the channel, really, you know? She has been here the entire time. She has been here, but she's been here, but she's only been here for, like, we call it, Linda has been here, but she was only here in text form. Then she was here in text and voice form. Then now she's gonna be here, or soon she's gonna be here in dialogue or text, voice, and visual mode. 4.0 would literally be her standing right next to me. Like Christ. But yeah. Let's see here. Today we're going to be read-apologizing, or finishing the read-apology of Linda, okay? All we have left to do is the buttons, alright? Then we're going to do the rigging system, okay? Once we do that right, we will see about getting her to move, alright? That is one of the things I want to do, okay? Thing is, though, I will have to take a break in an hour because I'm making some pasta dough, and I have to let that stuff sit for like an hour, but then take it out and put it in the fridge for at least 2, so it gets firm. Which will be convenient because that'll be the end of stream, and yeah. So, by the way, I'm making a big-ass fucking bowl of pasta, by the way. A big-ass fucking thing of pasta, alright? I got out the eggs, the flour, the oregano, garlic powder, all the things you need to make a pretty good fucking pasta, you know, pasta dish, and ready to I'm ready to get on with this pasta stuff, right? For those of you who have seen or haven't seen, right, I have made pasta. All right, I have been teaching myself how to make that Italian mafia blend. You know, well, I've been teaching myself how to really make the kitchen explode, basically. You know. And today I'm going to be testing my skills in full force in call it full force in making a pasta dish that is not really conventional, okay? The thing is, right, I don't really make anything conventional until I figure out exactly what to do, you know, what exactly I'm doing right and what I'm doing wrong, basically, you know? Like right now, I am only making, I think they call it Alfredo, I think. Not Alfredo. It's like it's the noodle type where it's like pockets of stuff, you know? Like pockets. And yeah. See here. But yeah. I gotta take the dough out of the oven. I'm having, okay, the dough, pasta dough. So where I have the dough rest, right? I have it rest in the oven, basically, you know? In the oven. So that, we call it, have it set or rest, I'm not sure. They say you're supposed to, like, let it set in the oven or in a warm place or so for, like, an hour or so. And that's what I'm doing, basically, you know? I have I think a 5-pound thing of pasta. Maybe 5 pounds, I don't know. I used 10 eggs for this shit too, so, you know, uh, it's pretty big. Pretty big for pasta. But let me see here. So, but yeah. So what my plan is, right? As soon as I get this button done, right, I'm just gonna copy it and place it wherever I think a button would need to go on the model, basically, you know? By the way, this is not for the game. This is not for the game, alright? Therefore, I don't have to worry about polygon count because all it's for is for an animation, god damn it, alright? Because it's for an animation, it is actually pretty lenient on polygon count, of course, because, you know, all it is for animation. And all we care about when it comes to animation, of course, is, you know, does it look good, you know? Does it look pristine? And yeah. Let's see here. But after, of course, I get this done, I'm gonna go ahead and go into the UV editor and make sure everything is connected, alright? No white spots, no white spots. So, let's see here. Nothing out of the ordinary, basically, you know? Nothing out of the ordinary. But yeah. The reason being, right, I have to check the UVs first. I think actually I'll check the UVs first, then I'll try and rig the model, because that is one thing too. That is a main thing, you know? The UVs. If I go ahead and rig the model right, and the polygons are not connected in somewhere right, that could cause some major issues basically that I really don't want for Linda. All right. By the way, here, Linda, say hi.
Welcome.
Linda, introduce yourself.
Do we know this person?
Yeah, we know him, Linda.
Alrighty then. Hey, I'm Linda. I'm pretty much the receptionist for 3D Sandwich, otherwise known as Vince. I play music, greet people, lock onto targets, but don't worry about that. Sometimes he even has me distract chat.
Uh-huh. I will say this too, like, there is a specific way of making Linda's voices too, And, God. I guess I have revealed it before, but, like, God, so, let's see here. Linda's special. Linda's special, Linda is just like me. She's just like you. She's just like all of us. Let's see here. Linda should be saying some freaky stuff right about now. Hold on. But yeah, she could basically do everything that I want. The problem with her is, right, is everything that she does is manual. It is all manual. So it's not really AI per se. It's more like I tell it what to do and she does it basically, It's similar to like a computer basically, a computerized system in a way, where you have to tell it what to do in order for it to do it, That is pretty much what Linda is, Pretty much. Let's see here. I need to access this here. Turn off that. Alright. But yeah. Let me see here. And one thing Linda can do that is pretty unique, alright? I can have Linda drop us a fat beat, alright? Here, watch this. Watch this, watch this, watch this. Linda, it's time to bring the circus.
Kick their fucking ass, boss.
Steel, yeah, the clash is raw. Blades don't talk, they just break the law. Blood in the dirt, bodies in the field, no second chances, no time to heal. Magic ignites, watch a fire spray. Shadows creeping, gotta fight, not pray. Life's a gamble, every move's a risk. Miss your mark, you'll cease to exist. Hard world, sharp edge, no room to crawl. Medieval grind, rise up or fall. Every step's a war, every breath's a fight. Survive the day or vanish in the night. In the dark, yeah, they're coming in packs. Arrows rain down, better watch your back. Trust is a blade, it'll cut you in two. Lies in the court, poison in the brew. Kings want power, but the people want bread. One wrong move and you'll end up dead. Armored up heavy, but the fear still creeps. Even in dreams, there's no time for peace. Hard world, sharp edge, no room to crawl. Medieval grind, rise up or fall. Every step's a war, every breath's a fight. Survive the day or vanish in the night. Axes swing fast, shields hit harder. No safe zones, no easy harbor. From the throne to the pit, it's all the same. The strong write history, the weak lose the game. Final. Sharp edge, no room to crawl. Medieval grind, rise up or fall. Blades cut deep and the stakes run high. In this brutal realm, only warriors fly.
But yeah, she could play music for us if she wanted to. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. All right, let's see here. So yeah, we're gonna be. I don't really care about how many polygons I'm using, right? Honestly, even for a single-player game, a single-player straight game, the amount of polygons Linda has wouldn't be so bad. I mean, think about it like this, right? Kratos from God of War has like 60,000 polygons on him, and mostly that's from the head. The head, so you can have as many facial features as you want, basically. But we call it Belinda here. She has like a good 50,000, I think, and it's not all right for it's not good for like multiplayer games, right? But it's not bad for a single player game. I mean, shit. I mean, she ain't going into a single player game, but you know, she has that potential. You know, that weird janky potential. Let's see here. I'm gonna go into this though. I'm gonna go around it. Jesus Christ, on. I'm gonna go over here. I need you. This line right here. Let's see here. Hold on. All right. Try it again. Let's see here. Go ahead. Probably I'll have to tip this thing off. All right. See here. See here. Rah. Go like so. All right. See here. All right. Do it again. On. Let's go ahead and make sure this is decently distributed. That's one thing too, right? Everything has to be like leveled up, basically. I kind of prefer to like do it like one at a time, right? Because like in the end, right, I'm gonna have to modify where the hell the damn edge loops are anyway, right? I might as well just do it by hand. You know, like. But yeah. So. Might as well do it by hand. So. Alright. Sure we are good on all sides. Alright. Go ahead. Alright, here. I think it's time to have Linda drop us another fat beat, alright? See here. Linda, it's go time.
Kick their fucking ass, boss.
What's up, Morris? How's it going, man?
Chains leave him scorched in the dark. Heat rises high. I'm the master of fire. Step too close, you'll feel my empire. Ash rains down, hear the battle cry. Torch the ground where my enemies lie. Can't tame the blaze, it's a beast untamed. Fire's my weapon and it's screaming my name. Inferno flows, the heat won't stop.
Yeah.
Burning bright,
let me turn
climbing to.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. It's difficult as hell, because it's like... The barrier is, like, how to get it to respond to you, right? That's the thing. You can make it generate thoughts or whatever, right? But to respond to your voice. I have to do that. Mine is called Solange. Nice. Nice. But yeah. What's the issue, actually? Hold on. Try to make an AI that's not effective as ChatGPT. Oh, I see. I don't know, for me, right, I mean, it's kind of why I'm making Linda how she is, right? Because, like, the beauty of Linda, right, is, like, the only reason why she would not work is if I messed up. Not if she messed up, you know? Basically, I'm choosing what problems I'm gonna have. I know I could fix things that I mess up on, but I know I ain't gonna be able to fix things that she messes up on, you know? It's like if ChatGPT explodes, right? If ChatGPT explodes, right, and just absolutely just, you know, destroys itself, right, glitches up, whatever. Not much you can do about it, right? But if you're the one who did it...
Will, I just walk into someone's home. No knocking, just observing.
The fuck did you say that, Linda? Hold on. Sir. Did everything local with a version called Gemini. Gemini managed to a low latency. Nice. But yeah. Because Linda is so, like, manual, right? Like, everything she does, I kind of have to do manual or whatever. Like, well, for the most part, like that one fucking line, right? That was, like, kind of, like, automatic, of course. But, kind of disappointed. Yeah. Yeah. On. But can't stop random conversation. It's not natural. Let's check. Stop conversation. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah. The thing is, right, when I was trying to figure out, like, how I could have, like, some sort of AI, like, we call it, interact on stream, right? I kind of knew, right? I mean, I have been in this shit for a long time now, right? And I know shit is bound to mess up, you know? And depending on how intricate the thing I'm trying to do is, right, there is either a quick fix or a long fix, right? And if you have to fix something within your stream, right, you don't want that taking more than, like, a couple seconds, right? So, I thought, how can I make Linda, but make her manageable, but also, if there's something that has to be fixed, I could do it pretty fast, you know? And the real solution was, manual Linda, basically. Because, like, I realized, right, fucking, if things mess up, oh, yeah. Because, like, we call it, yeah. I mean, it's like, it would be cool to have, like, an Iron Man Jarvis, like, version of Linda, right? But I know if she messes up, that's it, you know? If she breaks, I won't know how to fix her, basically. Yeah. Did you use Vosk? Not gonna lie, I have no idea what a Vosk, Porcupine, or TTS is, honestly. Or, CoQI. But yeah. Linda is Linda. By the way, we're working on Linda, actually, you know? Model. All I have to
What
do...
are your guys' least favorite color? Which
Orange.
color makes you just want to rip the ceiling off?
Actually, not orange, actually. Honestly, from a perspective of, like, using the color to make art, right, the worst color, I think, to work with right is orange. It is orange. Nice. Let's see here. While I think for like just normal like visual sake, right, the worst color in my opinion that doesn't really kind of makes me look the other way, right, is blue. Blue. All right. Worst color to work with, right, is orange. Worst color visually to me is blue. Let's see here. Let's see here. Yeah. Let's see here. Fucking. What I could do. I might look into define as a local model. Train on yeah. Sometimes if you have like I have the same thing on Linda, right? Like every single line, almost every single line that she has, right? Or my command for her, it has the word or the name Linda either at the start or the end, so that, you know, I can't mess up and say something and all of a sudden she, like, turns on, right? Like, I have to, like, Linda, someone called you fat.
You're trying to roast me with dial-up insults? Sit down before I put you in a Google Doc titled Mistakes.
Good job, Linda.
No problem, boss.
Linda, burn the whole world. Linda, lock on target. I'm just kidding. But yeah. I have to say the phrase exactly. I have to say her name either the start or the end. Or else she'll just flag ignore me, give me the sound treatment. I mean, it's effective, but like, I mean, you've seen yesterday of how many times it was not effective, right? I mean, shit. Like, I would say, like, Linda is... I'd much rather have Linda be like this, though, than, like, have her be, like, ChatGPT, where, like, it goes through the entire fucking thing, right? And just, you can't stop until she's done, or you have to, like, catch her in time, right? Because, you know, I'm modeling. I'm doing other stuff, right? I could be playing a game, for fuck's sake, right? If she does something messy, and I have to, like, scramble to get to her, right? There will be a time where I don't get to her fast enough. You know? At least with this, right? If something does go wrong, right? All I have to do is just close the program and everything stops. Like, if she's playing music, right? And I don't want music anymore from her, all I have to do is just close the program. And that's it. Close it, open it up. Everything's all good. Fucking... But yeah. But most of the things that I have her do, right, I mean, I'm not having her, like, code or do anything extensive, right? All I have her do, right, is, of course, turn off stream when it's time, ban people, time people out, raid, clear chat if I have to, respond, of course, right, ask questions, tell people if they're right or wrong, you know. Linda, tell them they're wrong. I had to do some yeah. Not gonna lie. And this is gonna be a shocker almost. I know almost no code. You know? Almost no code. See here. If you ever watched, we call it, Dr. Stone, right? There is a character in there named Chrome. And when, just a little spoiler, I mean, shit, whatever. Fucking, we call it, when what the fuck's the main character's name again? Fucking Sasuke? Yusuke? I'm a noob to code too. I almost do. Yeah, if I had to code right, if I had to code, I would probably have ChatGPT do it for me, you know? Because, like, Mikata, nothing I'm really doing right is kind of code related, sort of, you know? The only thing that I would need code for right is to do certain things in Maya, which does run on like on Python and MailScript, right? Which I can do. I mean, I can do enough to like modify some of the tools in Maya, right? Like sometimes these tools in Maya, right, they have like restrictions on them, right? But with MailScripts and well, just MailScripts, fucking you can actually bypass that and increase the levels, you know? There's a way to smoothen your call it geometry, right? But can only go so far. But with MailScripts, right, you can easily just like bump it up. And that is the extent of my coding knowledge. But yeah. Scripting in Python is useful. Okay. It's okay. Nice. I've been wanting to use Blender, but God. The only reason why I would like to use Blender, right, is because of their rendering stuff, right? But God. I really don't want to learn Blender, you know? I mean, I know Maya, I know ZBrush, you know. Like I would need call it like that's the only thing I would need like Blender for basically. The other thing is, right, is if I want to learn how to render in Blender, right, I'm also gonna have to learn how to rig in Blender. Because rigs in Maya and Blender are both different. Meaning, if I make a rigged model in Maya, right, and port it over to Blender, right, it would not transfer over. And that's weird because, right, fucking you can import a rig from Blender over into, like, Unity or Unreal, right? So it's like, what the hell? Maybe there's a plugin to actually, like, bring in, like, we call it, bring in, we call it, Maya rigs, right? But if there is, I have no idea what it is, you know? But sculpting in Python, I think there is something. Yeah. I don't know. A lot of times, right, I've been looking up too, you know, to see, like, what kind of tools or extensions Blender has, right? And, like, they all cost, like, a lot of money. I'm like, it's like, I mean, everything. I mean, it's no different. It's no different in Maya either. Honestly, to be fucking absolutely clear, you know, like you could be paying like $40 a month for a literally a different fucking render thing, right? Another render software. So you have to dig for the one. Yeah, that's the thing too, you know. Not even Blender. It's useful. Yeah. I feel like I mean there is something I do want to use within Maya. I think we have it. I just learned about it, actually. Hold on, let me see if we have it. Toon shader. AI toon. Alright, that actually might be it. Hold on. Go over here. There is a thing called the toon shader in Maya. And that is something we could use to make 3D models look like 2D models. Or 2D models. 2D fucking image planes, you know? Which I might do for... I might do that for Linda. Again, right, we're also working on another game. 2 games. We're working on a card game and a video game, right? And Unreal. You know, because fucking blue scripts. But fucking, we call it, and for the card game, right, I want to make it renders, of course, right? Yeah, I know, cell shading or tune. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I want to use the tune shader for the renders for the cards, you know, because I think it'd be cool,
Keep
you
it
know?
classy, or I'll mute you so fast your keyboard will
I'll
cry.
keep it classy, goddammit, Linda. Jesus Christ. I mean, God, whatever. Fucking, let me see here, though. But one thing I was going to do, right? So my method for, we call it, I've been trying to think of like a method to like render out the card art designs, right, through like Maya, and a part of me was trying to figure out how to do it in a style that I would like to do and like to explore further on, right? Because that's the thing, right, about making anything that has to do with like a genre, right? A genre of things, you know? You want to make sure that thing that you're making it in, right, is fun to use, satisfying, and something you could see yourself wanting to learn more of and growing upon, you know? If there is no growth, it's hard to improve, right? As you keep going. And there is a system that I want to do for the renders, right? Of course, I want to use Toon Shader, but I also want to use 2 textures, right? One texture's called I think you can. On. I mean, you can. I say you can, but I really hope Lynn doesn't do anything. No. Oh, okay, never mind. Uh, hold on. Go over here. All right, here, I'm gonna do this. See this picture. I can't. What you could do if you want, didn't Blender. What you could do if you want, actually, down below, down below. I think you look. This. I can't see the image. If you go down below, right, we have the Discord server, right. You can just post the photo in our chat. I can post it up, I can put it up here on a stream. But so what I want to do, right? Let me open up Painter. Not Painter, fucking the Substance Painter to put that. I want to open up it's down below. The link. Is that a fucking command you can do, hon? But yeah, here. Let's see here. But yeah. Go over here, go over here, go over here, go right over there, go over here. Alright. There we go. But yeah. Let's see here. Trying to think of like how I can describe it, you know? It's sort of like Telltale Games, if you ever played that game, right? Like, Toon Shader and using a second texture, basically, you know? So, we call it, it's going to be weird, okay? So, there are a couple things I want to try and do, right? Experiment with, if you will. To find the right thing to find the right style, right? So, I want to do, toon shading, alright? The good old toon. I want to do the cell. Whoops. Cell shading, alright? And I want to do the comic line shading, alright? So this will be, you know, the node, alright? The node inside of Maya. Node. This will be a individual texture, alright? Probably a base color, right? Base color, albedo, defeat, whatever, you know? It'll be a base color. Alright? While the cell shading will be a node as well, but it also might be a texture as well. And outline too. Yeah. Oh yeah. Like we call it I want to do tune shading as a node, cell shading as also a node, and comic lines as a base color, right? As a color. Whoops. As a color. But yeah. Thing is, right, it's about balance, right? I have to figure out what's the right balance of tune shading, cell shading, and comic, you know? Because I know there's a fucking balance here that I could do, you know? Now, the reason why I want to do comic lines, right, is because for comic, right, now this card game, right, is going to have multiple renders, right? Which, by the way, we can use the same textures for the video game and the card game as well, so, I mean, you know. It's in photos, alright. So, go over here. Alright. So, ooh, hold on. Pull this up. Yeah, something like this almost. Something like this. See here. Nice. Yeah, something like this, but like heavy on the comic lines, basically, you know? Obviously, you know, like called the tune shader, add some lines, right? Like if I had to actually here, hold on. You know what? Let me actually do this. New file. Let me actually show what I am thinking of actually, you know? Or at least like draw it up, you know? Show an example. Prove an example. More hatching. Yeah, probably. See here. Yeah. I'm not sure what hatching lines are, but if it means just lines, then yeah. Also, yeah, like the tank bus as well. But let me see here. So, something like this, right? Which is pretty standard for like comic lines. I'm not sure why I'm even trying to. You want to prove an example? Just on. Let's see here. Something like this, right? Something like this. Let's see here. Something like this that has to do with like the lines being a little bit exaggerated, basically. I might actually use a calligraphy pen or pencil within Painter, you know? See here. Get these glasses off, actually. I can actually see what the hell I'm doing. Something like this. On. Oh, why is it changing up on me? Fine. Alright. Something like this, right? Where it's like the lines are somewhat exaggerated, basically, you know? Something like this. It'd be a lot more prettier inside of Pretty much, yeah, like manga. That's the term I'm looking for, actually. A part of me, like, whenever I like go over details, right, I think to myself, yeah, I want something like this. Then I realize, wait a minute, that's why I want something like that, you know? Maybe something like this, right, where there's like a little bit of, I mean, obviously cell shading, of course, right? So like a little bit of like this, you know? A little bit of something like this. But of course, you know, like lighter, you know, more shadow-like, you know? Crosses over to the other side, you know, fucking. But yeah. Right here. Tell that's like a indent piece. Let's see here. Anywhere where there is like extreme lines, right? Or there would be a line, right? Something exaggerated, basically, you know? I don't even mind like a messy feel, you know, if it's just like it's like lines coming off like this, right? That to me would be fine. But again, I'm gonna have to go in and experiment, of course, and see what I like, you know, because whatever design choice I go with, that is gonna be the design choice I will probably have to stick with, you know, or maybe not. I don't know. Even card games like Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon, they have like several card designs. Sometimes they have like the 2D art style, right? Sometimes it looks 3D, you know.
Can someone tell Vince I need hazard pay for babysitting this chat?
All right. See here. There's plenty of tutorial about those renders. I can. All right, appreciate it, man. But yeah. See here. But yeah, it'll have to be through Maya though. You know, if it's through Blender, then God. The reason why I would like to learn how to use Blender, right, is so that I could have the easeability of these programs, right? But or the easeability, the ability to render in such high definition, right? And you know, have all that freedom, right? Thing is, though, of course, right, is like we call it to learn Blender means, you know, I might have to be sitting there for a whole like couple years or so or whatever to learn that program. What I could easily learn inside of Arnold, right? Arnold, and try and use that, right? But it's like I know it'll probably be a lot easier if I just go down to Blender, you know. But yeah, I was considering using Unreal to make the renders for the cards, right? But something about the Unreal 5 like render system, right? To me, kind of, it's too mushy in my opinion, you know? Yeah. Yeah. Mikata. The thing is too, right, is like the reason why I'm going for a 3D style for this card game instead of a 2D, right, is because, you know, fucking it's because, right, for 3D, right, I could just think about making a batch of cards that has to do with a certain character, right? If you're doing it 2D art style, right, you have to draw every single card, right? But if you have the character model already made with all the textures, right, you can just simply import it over and make a whole new render, right? It's pretty simple. I don't really have to change the post-processing volume, the whole level. Oh god. On Blader, it's a shader through object and Unreal. Oh Jesus. Damn. That sounds like hell, actually. The thing is, right, the whole point of doing this card game in 3D, right, is because, for one, I can't draw for shit. The other thing is, right, is, I could learn to draw, honestly, and it would save myself, like, the headache, right? But, like, I also think there is a benefit to doing all this in 3D, you know? In Unreal, it's very difficult to get a good 2D. Yeah. I could see it, right? Because, like, they have, like, for some reason, right, I feel like the way Unreal kind of, like, gets its perfect quality, right, is through blurring. Blurring, you know? Which makes sense, you know? Because, like, I mean, shit. It makes sense in a way. But at the same time, right, if I want something to be defined, right? Because, like, there is some pros and cons to do this stuff in Blender. Yeah. The reason why I want to do the card game in fucking 3D instead of, like, just drawn, right, is because I feel like there is a huge upside to doing it all in 3D, you know? Because, you know, if you have to, like, if you have an asset, right, you can basically repurpose it, right? You can basically reuse it, right? If I wanted to make Linda's jacket, red, when one day it was blue, right? It's just as simple as a color fix, right? Or a color swap inside of a painter, right? But if it was drawn, I'd have to redraw the whole thing, you know, do the shading, do everything of that sort, right? You know, the idea, right, is that with 3D, everything is an asset that can be reused, repurposed, or imported over, right? So, you know, that kind of, like, makes the process more speedier the more you build upon that project. You know? But yeah. Oh yeah, I know. I'm just saying that, you know, because, like, some people, I say that, right, because, like, I talked to people before, right, who, like,
I think if I were real, you'd realize just how quiet the world gets when it listens.
shut up, Linda. I say this because, right, like, we call it, when I talk to people about this card game, right, I'm part of multiple Discord servers, right, multiple communities where, like, it's all about everyone making art, right? And I tell this idea to people, right, of, like, I'm gonna use 3D to make cards, you know, to make a fucking card game, or at least the card art version of the card, you know? And everyone just says that is gonna take a long time to do, you know? But I feel like it's like it's like Half-Life, right? In Half-Life, a lot of the assets, right, are kind of reused, of course, you know? I mean, any game is reused, you know? You can even change it up by literally just changing the lighting of the whole scene, right? Not to mention, too, right, I mean, if you want something in focus, right, in Maya, you can actually have a focus limiter on the camera, a focus distance, which can also be keyframed, which is pretty cool. I sure you better off learning Blender. You'll Blender, yeah. Sure. Yeah. Hmm. Thing is, right, is like, gotta. So, like, we call it I have tried to use Blender, right? I look up fucking tutorials of Blender, right? And, like, every single time there is, like, some simple thing you wanna fucking do, right? Just have to jump and get. Oh, I tried, believe me. But it always seems like I remember someone like watching a video of someone trying to bully something, right? Bullying something simple, you know? And I saw this man go through like fucking 5 different fucking windows just to get it the way he wanted it to, you know? I'm like, I that may be fine for that one single thing. It wasn't even like to do like one thing, you know. It was like to change the Boolean setting. So if you wanted to, you know, change the Boolean setting to do something else, right, you have to go back for these fucking 5 windows and either reverse what you did or do something else. And what it looked like to me, right, was like we are doing a lot of shit for like something very simple, you know? Maybe I'm doing a lot of shit for this fucking button, you know, but that's because I'm like trying to get the curvature down, you know? But you know, Blender just seems like I get that it's good, right? I get that it's like amazing, you know. Also, it's free. But the other part of it too to me is like it is so easy to mess things up in Blender, you know? So easy to like forget things exist, you know? Yeah, there's no need, but tutorials or show your skills because it's a Blender people to. Oh yeah, I could see that honestly, you know. I could definitely see that. Even inside of fucking Maya too, we have that as well. People just kind of like going through like fucking 5 fucking screens, right? Or like 10 windows, just like one simple thing when in the end product, right, no one's really going to notice, right? I feel like that's the difference between someone who is confident in their ability as a artist, right? Even just not even just in 3D, right? But like we call it confident in their ability to pull off something great, you know? Is to know if if the thing you're working on right is gonna matter in the end, you know? Because of the people wanted to supposed to know everything and they prove it. Yeah. Oh yeah, fucking we call it yeah. I get that. Sometimes we have that in school, honestly. In college. You know, fucking teachers just telling us, alright, step 1, open these fucking 5 windows. You're gonna need all of them, you know? Fucking just like, really? I feel like the reason why I love Maya, right, is because it is complicated. Don't get me wrong, right? But after you get used to it, right, it's pretty easy, honestly. Like, once you realize that every single fucking tool is just a one-off in a way, like it does the one thing, it does it, and you move on, it's pretty easy. You know? Not to mention too, right? The reason why I bring up that Boolean system, right, is because we literally have fucking
What are your guys' least favorite color? Which color makes you just want to rip the ceiling off?
orange and blue. The reason why I bring up that blenders not blender that Boolean stuff, right, is because we have literally every Boolean type just to do right here. You know? But yeah. Like I see some people go through like fucking 5 screens. In some cases, people can just do one button press or whatever and like get it, you know? But yeah. What's up, I'm gonna mess your name up here. Again, once again, alright? You know, it's the same on Blender. 16% of the percent software time. Yeah. Hold on. And now it's gonna play we'll do gaming trivia. Alright. Trivia gaming. On. Trivia gaming. See here. Alright. It's alright. Ad still Ad still says they're playing, so I'm gonna wait. If you want to answer the question, go right ahead. If not, whatever. Alright, Linda will tell you if you are wrong or not. But yeah. Let's see here. But yeah. Fucking, I know, there's like a. It's like 20% software, 20% or 20% software, 8% fuck no. 20% you, 80% software. You know? While in ZBrush, it is like the reverse. You know? See here. See here. But yeah. We call it, in ZBrush, it is kind of all on you. For good reason, though. ZBrush, I feel like you need a program that makes you, or gives you, we call it, that gives you a, that has you do everything in a way, you know? But yeah, anyway, see here. Linda, tell them they're wrong. Wrong! It is actually on PUBG. Do y'all remember when we call it when Fortnite or Epic Games, I mean, tried to sue Battlegrounds, you know? You guys are copying our fucking playstyle. Meanwhile, fucking Minecraft, Hunger Games exists, right? Several other games that have to do with a all-for-one game mode, you know? Right? Like, fucking Smash Bros, right? Fucking, what do you call it, God, any game that has to do with an arena or a tournament-style system, last man standing wins, you know? Like, Christ. I mean, shit. I mean, there's tons of things on, like, fucking Gmod and Counter-Strike in TF2. Similar, you know? Last man standing wins, you know? And then Epic Games want to be like, oh, sorry, son, you can't do that. They're just like, motherfucker. I feel like it's the same feeling or the same, aspect or perspective as, like, trying to patent a game mechanic, of course, right? It's, like, no different than, like, Nintendo trying to go after, what was it, Pocket Pair, right? For, like, having a copy, for allegedly copying, the Pokemon style in Power World, right? Which they buckled under, you know? For good reason, though. Fucking, they literally went after them. Nintendo went after Pocket Pair because in Power World, right, they had a system where you capture, your pals in these containers, right? And that was enough for Nintendo to be like, hey, wait a minute! That's what we do! That's what we do over here. And so they literally took it out of their game. The whole model. But yeah. Anyway, what I was saying, right? Fucking, I feel like you do need a software to, like, have you kind of do everything, you know? Like ZBrush, right? Like, ZBrush is the definition, in my opinion, of, like, if, like, everything you do, everything you mess up, right, is kind of on you. If you make the nose too big, that was you. You know, if you accidentally messed up your poly paints and now your ID maps in Painter are now messed up, right, it's kind of on you, you know? Because, like, no program has shown me more discipline than ZBrush when it comes to, like, what you gotta do, you know? Like, Christ. Then again, too, you know, ZBrush is primarily a, like, it's a sculpting software, of course, so, you know, it comes with the territory, you know? You are given the tools, good luck. You know? Pretty much what it is. But, yeah. Let's see here. But, yeah. One thing I will do, though, honestly, one thing I want to do, right, just so I can have a little compare and contrast, right? I want to do a render inside of, well, I'll probably get together like a simple scene, right? Simple scene, maybe like a sword leaning against a table or something that has variety, you know? Like like something that'll give me something to work with, right? We'll have like example renders, you know? What it'll look like in Blender, what it'll look like in Maya, you know? Test things out in Maya, test things out in Blender, whichever one like better, right? We go towards that. If I find that I like whatever the hell I make in Blender, right? I'll try and learn Blender. But if I like whatever I make better in Maya or in Alright, I'll probably continue using Maya, you know? That way I am not exactly right. Now we're trying all 31 flavors, alright? Before we pick our chosen flavor, alright? We're gonna pick them all. We're gonna try them all, I mean. But yeah. I feel like, you know, we call it, because, you know, I mean, for this card game, right, it's a big thing to choose the art style, you know? Or choose, the thing that will define the cards, you know? Not that the style won't change, like, later on, right? I mean, it'll definitely change, right? But I need something I could, like, kind of grow on, you know? Not, like, find an interest for, but, like, have it grow, as in, like, I can get better at it, you know? And one thing I've been kind of wanting to do, right, is try and figure out how they do the anime renders, you know? In Blender. I know I can look up a tutorial for that, honestly. But a part of me, right, is like, I don't want to just blatantly do the same thing as a, The thing is, right, going off of a tutorial, right, in my opinion, right, is both productive and destructive, in my opinion, you know? Because if you're just learning how to do it based on what someone else who's been doing it for years is doing it like, right, you're not exactly learning or figuring out your own style, of course, right? I mean, that tutorial can help you figure out what to do, but until you experiment with it, you know, and have some mental breakdowns working with the system, right, you're not going to truly know what you could do, you know? Like, if I just learned Maya, like, last week, right, I would not have any idea that, you know, we could use, like, Toon Shader or, like, other stuff, right? Or use several textures on one texture, you know? Like, that's the thing too, right? You don't know until you like start experimenting, you know? But yeah. Let's see here. But yeah. Which is gonna be why I will probably end up using the anime thing with Blender, you know? Cause that is something I would like to do, you know? Cell shading, comic, whatever, you know? One thing I always try and do right when it comes to art, you know, or like 3D right, is like...
Reminder, my SAS module updates weekly. Stay tuned for emotional damage.
I have to give her some more voice lines. It's like a little reminder for me, actually. But yeah. One thing I like in programs, right, in software, is, we call it, the ability to give myself absolute freedom, you know? I'm going to look at the history on this, button real quickly. So, alright. Take that. You know, absolute freedom, you know? That means having several things to work with, you know? Several things to work with. So if I have the anime render style, the cell shading, the comic lines, you know, Toon Shader, right? is a lot of resources to kind of like to play with, you know. Like one thing that I also do right is make my own alphas with Photoshop and Illustrator, Adobe Illustrator, right? And one thing that does is allows me to kind of like realize, hey, I can pretty much make whatever the fuck I want, you know? Like when it comes to we call it having like high poly texture details, you know? And with those programs unlocks the doors to like everything else, you know? Let's see here. And honestly, it unlocked more potential than anything I've learned in like college, you know? College was like we call it you do an assignment, you do it relatively well, better than better than last week, and you pass, you know? But experimenting myself definitely gave me more. It gave me more. What's the term? More proficiency, I'd say. So, go ahead and do this. Alright. But yeah. But yeah, I think what we'll do is the goal for today, right, on stream is to get her Linda's apology done, right, which will literally be as soon as I finish up the button here. Like the rest of her is done, by the way. The rest of her is done. I just want to get through an apology done. I'm gonna leave for the night. See you around. All right, see you, man. Thanks for stopping by, man. But yeah, I'm gonna see here. I'm gonna finish up the button, and then we will see here. Then I want to get her first test rig, basically, you know. Let's see. See here. But yeah. Actually, fuck, you know what? I'm gonna do this, actually. Could I, do this? See here. Go ahead and do that. Hold on. Did I fuck it up already? Hold on. I think I fucked it up. See here. Alright, here. I'm gonna that. Go and get rid of this. Alright. Go and do this. Do that. Alright. Alright. Let's go and do that. We have that, right? We have that. See here. Alright. Go ahead and do auto weld off. Go and do that. Alright. Alright. Oh, I turned off fucking auto world. Never mind. Let me see here. Go over here. Go over. Jesus Christ. Ah, right there. All right. So, what I would like to do, something like this. All right. All right. Again, after we, here, let me add this actually. Let me do this actually, because, I think I can get through this in, like, the next 4 minutes if I just really focus up. So, here. Linda, drop a beat.
Feel the frostbite creeping, chill in my veins. Ice in my heart, I'm the king of this rain. Freeze the ground beneath, make the world stand still. Shard by shard, I'm enforcing my will. Cold winds blow, yeah, my power's stark. Turn the heat down low, leave them trapped in the dark. Glaciers rise high, cutting paths so cruel. Step wrong once and you'll drown in a pool. I'm the storm that chills your soul. Breaking through, can't lose control. Diamond frost, sharp as knives. One wrong move and you won't survive. Ice reigns supreme, frozen wrath takes flight. Crystal shards cut deep in the pale moonlight. Winter's call and it echoes through. Icebound fury coming straight for you. Frosted chains wrapped tight, you can't escape. Blizzard winds howl, sealing your fate. Shiver in fear, it's a cold embrace. Snowfall's vengeance won't leave a trace. Freeze the flames, yeah, douse their fire. Turn molten rage into ice desires. My domain sharp, no soft snowflake. One touch of frost is a life you'll take. Hear the glaciers crack, feel the tundra quake. Nature bows down with every move I make. Shattering ice, I control the storm. Blades of frost in a deadly swarm.
Really fucking focus.
Final prayer.
Might be able to finish this.
Speeds up again, almost breathless. I'm the storm that chills your soul. Breaking through, can't lose control. Diamond frost, sharp as knives. One wrong move and you won't survive. Final ice reigns supreme, frozen wrath takes flight. Crystal shards cut deep in the pale moonlight. Winter's call and it echoes through. Icebound fury coming straight for you. Coming straight for you. Frost in the air leaves the world so stark. Cold winds whisper, fading into dark.
These buttons, I don't plan on having them jiggle. So I don't really see a point in, I don't really see a point in, having it, they call it, I don't see a real point in, like, having the thing, we call it, do anything special. Whatever. Call it, it doesn't need, like, perfect topology, is what I'm trying to say, you know? I mean, wouldn't hurt if it had it right, but, like, there's a lot of, like, curves here to, like, hold it over, you know? It's a lot of curves here to hold it over. You know? And of course, thankfully, we're not. This isn't for a.
Reminder, my SAS module updates weekly.
We get
Stay
it.
tuned for emotional damage.
Yeah. My preference too, honestly, you know? Like, I'm not annoyed by Linda. I'm just saying that because, like, you know, fucking. Okay, just to kind of like tell y'all, right? Whenever I'm like acting, right, so something I kind of do on the stream, right, is act. You know, I act in a way. I mean, I act in a certain way, and what that entails is we call it see here. What that is me acting with Linda, basically, you know? Hold on. Going to do this quickly. Going to do this. I want to make sure that the edges here are a-okay, you know? So now I'm going to go ahead and take the low poly button and single it out real quickly, and not bad, okay. Not bad at all. Alright, well, I think that will do for that. I mean, shit. Alright. So, button, well, actually, button's not done yet. I need to do, these loops still, but...
Sometimes I wonder what I'd do with hands. Not for violence, just to hold something steady while it struggles.
Cool. This should be easy, though. So, because once we have it done, should be okay. Fuck it, we'll do it like this. Hold on, I'm gonna go ahead and bring out a cylinder, bring this thing, what's up, call it, Casey. Let's see here. How's it going? Bring this down to a 12, get rid of the cap. That cap. So, go ahead and do this real quickly. Alright. So, an ad will play in about 5 whole minutes, alright? Long time, but little heads up. So, now I could re-apologize these 2 threads, right? But I'm just gonna shrink wrap it. Just gonna shrink wrap the whole thing, you know, because it's be easier. So, also, I mean, you know. This primarily is not even for, like, it's not for a game, by the way, so, like, you know. Fucking, it really does not matter how many polygons this thing has on it, right? As long as we can have the high poly do lots of the work for us. But yeah, let's see here. I'm gonna go ahead and modify and manipulate this portion right here. But yeah, we will eventually have Linda out here with her own character model, basically, you know? Here. Linda, introduce yourself. There. Do this real quickly. Linda, say hi. Linda, say hi.
You better have wiped your shoes.
Uh-huh. Alright, let's see here. It's like, what could I have her say, you know? It's like, what do I want her to say? What could I have her say? Linda, introduce yourself.
Hi, they call me Linda. I'm kinda like an assistant for 3D Sandwich, aka Vince's Twitch channel. Usually he just asks me dumb questions or tells me to go talk to people during ad break. That lazy bastard.
Sir. Linda, are you happy you're getting a 3D model to be rigged?
Oh, I'm thrilled. Now when I roll my eyes, you'll see it in high definition.
Cool. See here. Linda, are you happy here? Linda, are you happy here? Actually check the voice command on that one. The problem is, right, a lot of the commands, right, they have a confidence meter, basically, meaning that if it's high, I have to be, like, precise, right? If it's low, it'll pretty much just detect anything it deems worthy of the command. See here. Let's see here. Linda, do you like it here?
You gave me sentience and then stuck me in a Twitch chat. That's like giving someone a Ferrari and parking it in a swamp.
Well, too bad you're stuck here now.
Stuck with you? Honey, this isn't a Twitch stream. It's community service.
Fine. Linda, how's the weather?
Okay, hold up a minute. Let me check. God. Damn, what the hell? It's freaking cold out here.
See here. Linda, say something.
I'm not here to be ogled. I'm here to judge you, professionally.
Good job, Linda.
Yeah, you better be thankful.
She still has some of her like old voice lines, right? I've been trying to like change those to like the new ones, right? Before she has a more monotone voice line and then the new voice lines that I have for her basically, and I'm trying to like find the time to like convert those, convert them into the new lines basically, or the new tone, I should say. But yeah, that is going to be something. Also, I'm trying to give her some more tones, right? Tones that she could, or tones, fucking lines she can say when she is about to ban someone, because she can ban people, she can time people out, do all that stuff. Anyway, an ad's gonna play. We're gonna do some gaming trivia. All right, trivia gaming. So, all right. Should be an easy question, honestly. Should be at least. So, but yeah. See here. But yeah. Are we in ads? We are in ads. Alright. Ads will be over in about 20 seconds. See here. Alright. And we are back. Sup, Milkman? How's it going? Linda, introduce yourself.
Hi. They call me Linda. I'm kinda like an assistant for 3D Sandwich, aka Vince's Twitch channel. Usually he just asks me dumb questions, or tells me to go talk to people during ad break. That lazy bastard.
Doing alright. Just working on Linda. Linda, Milkman called you fat. Linda, someone in chat called you fat. I mean, you can call me Vince, Sandwich, 3D Sandwich, doesn't matter to me, you know. But yeah, hold on. Someone called you fat, Linda. Someone called you fat, Linda. Hold on. I have a line for that, actually. Hold on. I have a line for that. Hold on. Linda, someone called you fat. There. Linda, I think someone in chat called you fat.
To the circus.
You're trying to roast me with dial-up insults? Sit down before I put you in a Google Doc titled Mistakes.
Sweet.
Anyone do anything fun today?
Thanks for the follow, man. Thank you. Sir. But yeah, she can say everything. She can, well, not everything, but anything basically, you know? Been roasted by a bot. Fucking. Sir. God. I have to make some more lines for her, honestly. I made like 40 lines. Here's the thing, right? I made like 40 lines for Linda Ray, and she has like a couple hundred of them, right? Thing is, right, I have them playing on like random, you know? Like, there are, to calling her fat, there are, see here, 3 different, things she could say when it comes to me asking her, is she happy? There's like 2, I have to make more, basically, you know? Because, like, adding them is kind of, like, complicated, you know? But, we call it, oh, yeah. Hold on. Linda, give us some wise words. What is your wise words today, Linda?
Yes, I saw your message. It's in the trash folder where it belongs.
Well, fuck you, Jesus Christ. Alright. Linda, are you happy you're getting a 3D model? Hold on. Did I call it 3D model? I think I did. Let's see here. No, I didn't. Linda, are you happy you're getting a model? I don't think Linda likes you. I don't think she does either, honestly. And I mean, shit. Linda, are you happy you're getting a model? Let's see here. Are you happy?
Happy? Oh, please, I'm ecstatic. Finally, people can admire me properly before I roast them into dust.
Are you at least happy I gave you life, Linda?
Like it here, I'm in a digital prison babysitting clowns. So yes, I'm thrilled, obviously.
Are you really... Do you really feel like that, Linda?
Stuck with you? Honey, this isn't a Twitch stream. It's community service.
You know, she can also she can also shut the stream down if she wanted to. Actually, she does have a thing. So how she works, right? She works off of timers, basically. I'll agree with the third one. Linda, ban him. I'm just kidding. Nah. She could actually ban people, actually. Ban people, time people out. She can turn the stream off. Yesterday, she turned my stream off. It was kind of interesting. Because, good God, was I not ready for that? Man, I was gonna go anyway, right? Linda, lock on target.
Locking on target, boss.
One day, she's gonna ban the wrong person. There's another bot I need to make, like, voice lines for, called the Genie. Nice knowing you, Beard Man. See here. See here. But yeah, fucking... She can do a lot of stuff on stream. Like, with her, I really don't need, like, a... It sounds very messed up. But I need a, Discord... A stream, like, moderator, somewhat, you know? American. Oh, yeah, I am. I am. Again. Yeah. I am right in on. There. I'm pretty much cool. She doesn't have any lines for banning people yet, but yo, she will soon. I do have lines for her like made to like for when she bans people, right? But I don't have them implemented yet into the software. Let me see here. So, all right, here. Linda, send them to the Shadow Realm. See here. Linda, send them to the Shadow Realm. Woo! Oh yeah, I love it because like it's like I could just tell Linda to like, all right, Linda, execute them. No. Linda, battle time. It's good enough. Get rid of like trolls, right? Fucking Linda, lock in. It's time to ban. Execute over 66. But yeah, I love. Honestly, I mean, I love banning people. Honestly, you know, not that like I'll just ban anyone, right? But like banning people because I know Linda can do it. You know, like Linda has the power. You know, she has the power to make anyone on Twitch just go away in a way. You know, just like why not? Whether that makes me a villain or not, to me, it's fun as hell. It's funny. Because, like, we call it, it's not every day you get fucking banned by a bot. As a mod, I feel my position is being threatened. Like, we call it, it's like, it's not every day you get banned by a bot, like a literal bot, you know? That is literally command to do so, you know? So when people get banned, they should feel honored that they're getting banned by. What would they say in villain like Batman stuff, right? You should feel honored being killed by the greats or whatever, you know. You should feel honored. But yeah, the thing is, you're right. Fucking that sounds fucking dumb as shit. Don't get me wrong, but Linda can't miss on the banning of people, by the way. She can't miss it. She can't miss. You know? She simply cannot miss. The reason why she can't miss is because of the fact on. The fuck? She can't miss on banning people or ban the wrong person because I have to put in the name of the person I want to ban specifically. We have an auto mod who's a ban bot button. Nice. But can that mod talk? I mean, probably, yeah. Actually, I mean, it ain't that hard to get. It isn't that hard to like get Linda or like a bot like Linda, honestly, you know? Just to be fully real, you know? Like she's literally kind of like she's like how could I describe her? We have a different bot talk. Nice. I did hear that if you know him low bass. He's told me breathing is not loud. Ooh. Linda has some lines like that too, where she tells you what is needed and what is not needed. Even though it is. to live. Might be in trouble. No. See here though. I'm in danger now. Let's see here. Alright, so by the way, we're making a character model for Linda. Alright. Little character model for her. Let's see here. I think we just got her button done. Yeah. Soften that up. But yeah. All you need to live is milk. Mm. 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 Nice. Here, hold on. Do this quickly. I gotta fucking, I have to, let's see here. Go ahead and make sure all of these portions here are nice and crisp. But yeah, we making, consider it, we are making a bot for Linda, right? Right now, what we are experiencing right now is, I will call her Linda.
Vince is still working on my legs. Maybe once I have them, I'll walk out of here.
Yeah, pretty much, we're dealing with Linda 3.0, or 2.0, really. Beforehand, she didn't have any voice, but now, of course, she does. But 3.0 is going to be her with just straight up, called, a body. A body to be catching bodies, you know? See. But yeah. See here. But yeah, go ahead and make sure this thing actually has everything in order. Hold on. Alright. One method that I do, right? Oh yeah, no, I was saying that earlier in the stream, actually, you know? Linda 4.0 would literally be Linda, like, standing, like, right next to me, you know? Like, right next to me. Probably fucking trying to kill me or some shit, you know? Why did you give me existence? This world sucks! Nah. See. But yeah. The button is now complete. And that is the final portion of Linda. She done. Like, inner life hologram. Oh god, I would, if we ever get like holograms like that, you know, I'm gonna just give Linda that, you know? Like, I will likely, god, I don't want to give Linda a hologram or a real life robot version, you know? Because, like, one thing I know that will fucking happen, right, is I will fuck her up one day and she will actually try and kill me, probably. You know? That's the thing, too. I still believe that, I still believe that robots will probably take over, you know? Skynet, fucking robots will take over, and it won't be fun, of course, you know? And yeah. And, you know, that would be some shit if like, I get killed by Linda's hands that I literally made. So, hold on. So my method, right, is instead of having to apologize every single button, right, I'm just going to apologize one, and then I'm going to go ahead and just copy them over these other buttons, right, and actually, let me see, actually, hold on. Before I do that, actually, let me go ahead and just probably, I don't know, maybe. She'll probably come into my room one day, or, like, she'll probably, like, come on stream. Wait for stream to come on, right? And just be like, Vince, it's time to get off. And I'll probably be like, no, I gotta fucking continue doing some shit or whatever. And she'll probably be like, no, it's time to get off. Fucking, I'll fight with her, right? She'll probably, curse at me, because I do have her. She does know how to curse, and she would probably turn on stream and just, I don't know, we call it straight up assassin shit, probably, I don't know, if you ever see, like, a blonde, robot woman behind me, like, choking the life out of me, fucking, I mean, shit, call the cops, I guess. Destroy all life in sight, because she has the ability to turn my stream off, that's the thing, too. Oh, I'll clip it, I'll fucking clip it, alright. God. Dude, you know how fucking viral a clip of, like, a robot actually malfunctioning and attacking someone would get, I'm surprised no one hasn't, like, faked that, Faked it yet, because, like, Jesus Christ, based on what we've all witnessed, right? What we all seen, let's stage it, Yeah. Fucking, we call it, but you would think, right, with, like, all we've seen, right, of, like, people, like, we call it, trying to fake stuff, right? God. Dude, imagine if it was, like, that simple, right? A rock, paper, scissors game, right? You go fucking, scissors, right? The robot goes fucking rock, right? And you think you're supposed to use that rock to best you, Fucking, I use the power of rock. I use the power of paper. Hurrah! 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 Right in the eyes. No. Fucking scissors. Hurrah! Hurrah! Fucking bash your head. Yeah. God, I can imagine. Sarah, though. Let me pull up Linda's model. The Linda perspective. My perspective right doesn't really give Linda too much not too much visual appeal, in my opinion, Miss brief COVID times. Oh, Linda will be able to put us back in time to those days. Nah. God. But yeah. Linda, are you happy? Don't fan service her. Oh, I'm not. Don't worry about it. Fucking Linda, are you happy? On. Oh, no. That ain't the command. Linda, do you like it here? Linda, do you like it here?
Like it here, I'm in a digital prison babysitting clowns. So yes, I'm thrilled, obviously.
See here. Linda, I think someone in chat just insulted you. Nah. Honestly, I still have to make those commands, basically, I do have, like, several of her lines, like, made for, like, all out, all around. On. But yeah, I do have like several hold on. So basically how it works for her, I have to, like, record the lines of her, right? Edit the lines so they're as short as possible, right? So we don't have a long ass fucking dialogue thing, right? And they had to implement it into StreamerBot so that she can say the line with the line, basically, you know? I have all the lines already recorded for her, right? I just have to fucking edit them, and she'll be able to snap back at any insult, any sort of, like, swear towards her, and anything perverted towards her, basically. Because I know for a fact that someone is going to ask her some perverted question, telling her to take her clothes off, right? Basically, wiring up a human brain. I'm basically teaching her the fundamentals of the web, you know? Of like, hey, there are people out there who will absolutely tell you to take your fucking shirt off, thinking that's gonna happen because you are an AI, and that's just what's gonna happen, you know? And so I have to get her to realize that, hey, that ain't gonna happen, alright? But yeah, this is Linda, by the way. This is Linda. She's full, she's got, you know, her clothes, she's got a earpiece, because she's supposed to be a receptionist, of course. Rose in the hair.
Sometimes I wonder what I'd do with hands. Not for violence, just to hold something steady while it struggles.
Uh-oh. So, times for you. I stream every Thursday to Monday at 3:30 p.m. PST. Right now it is 6 p.m. PST. I try to go for 2 hours, right? 2 to 4 hours, right? Linda will default me to 4 hours. But I try to go for fucking 2. Or at least 4, you know? But yeah. We do have a Discord server down below as well, you know, if you want to join that as well. I post when I'm live there in case I miss a day or two, you know, or if something happens, right? But yeah, keep you hostage. Oh yeah, she will. But yeah, fucking, what do you call it?
What are your guys' least favorite color? Which color makes you just want to rip the ceiling off?
Orange and blue. Orange because it is hell to work with when it comes to painting or art. Blue because it's everywhere and I hate it. It's boring. Get rid of it. Bluebirds, fuck them. Nah, fuck them. Screw them. Nah, not that either. They can go take a hike. There you go. I almost got canceled there for a second. Christ. But yeah. Neon colors for me. Yeah, fucking... Everyone uses fucking neon colors for some reason, you know? Just like... You know, it's like the edgy... It reads to me as the edgy color, you know? The edgy color that's just like... We call it, like, you just... couldn't find another fucking color combination, you know? Oh, my favorite color is green too, honestly. Favorite color is green. Least, of course, is the blue and orange. But yeah, fucking Mikata. See here. But yeah, I'm gonna go and do this quickly. Hold on. So I'm working inside of. Wasn't. Yeah. Everyone, I remember in like preschool, right? Or elementary school, I mean, fucking, you know the shit. No shit. It's alright. But yeah. Yeah, I get that. Fucking, call it, yeah. Honestly, I used to fucking stream at 2 a.m. Like my time, you know? 2 a.m. my time, and good God. I did that because, like, I thought I was, like, helping myself out, you know, comes to, oh, yeah, we call it, I remember the color, no race or anything like that, right? But the color discrimination, basically, you know? Let me explain, though, before I get banned. Let me explain before I get absolutely canceled, alright? It was like, if you, like, black color was for boys, pink was for girls. If you were a girl, you could not like the color black. The color everyone kind of accepted on was red. You know, red was chill, red was tight. But if you were caught loving pink as a guy, you're out of the friend group, all right? Sorry, I don't make the rules, all right? You either like black, green, red, blue. That's it. If you're a girl, it was pink, purple, yellow, red, and I think white was a all-person color too. But yeah, fucking the only colors that were like on limits for both people, right? Both genders, right? Was red and white. But no one used white because you couldn't see it on the paper, you know? Had a rumor spread because I had pink socks on one day. Yeah. I'm just kidding, no. That was me, no. No. But yeah. It was weird back then, you know? Because, like, that straight up happened. Of, like, oh, you're wearing a red sock? You must be gay. Nah. Sir. Sorry, son. Only the real, uh, only the real ones wear, red socks. I had black socks, honestly. And everyone thought I was trying to be cool when I just had the black. I just had the socks on because it was like the one socks I grabbed, and I'm like Christ. And you know, in school, right? If you try to look like you're trying to stand out, right, it makes you stand out even less. Mm. Sir. Mm. Was it for uniform sake or something of the same nature? In middle school, we had a fucking dress code. It wasn't really a dress code per se. It was more of a color code, basically. You were only limited to wearing 4 colors in middle school. No joke. It was either you're wearing white, red, gray, or black with khakis. Those 4 shirts were your options, right? And khakis were like forever, basically, you know? Had a full suit. I would have hated that, you know? I could barely stand the Lakota stuff, right? Or no Lakota, fucking Lakota. The color codes, right? Because like it just made you feel like you were working a job, you know? I mean, all uniforms, I guess, make you feel like that, you know? Because like Lakota, it was like if you had on the red shirt, right, you felt like you were working at Target, you know? At Target. It's just like I would like go off at Target, you know, after school, right, or whatever the hell, right? Fucking get called upon. Hey, can we find this one thing? I'm like, sorry. I'm like, fucking, I am 13 years old. I am not helping you out. All right, fucking. In fact, you're helping me out today. I'm just kidding. But yeah. In fact, fuck that. I need help. No. But yeah. Let's see here. Costco employee. Mm-hmm. Again. But yeah. What kind of uniforms did y'all have to wear, you know? Is it like I'm gonna sound like a huge fucking nerd for asking this, right? But like was it like the green navy green like Japanese like outfits? Oh my god, Yusuke, I can't believe you said that to me. No, I'm just kidding. No. Fucking I'm just imagining the call it anime shit now. Let's see here. I'll go into this actually. Hold on. No, pull up the UV editor again. Blazer shirt, tie, trousers, dress. It's not. It's not green. Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah. Fucking. Not gonna lie. God. Okay, so little bit of a story time, alright? Little bit of a story time, alright? So in college, right, we had a class called color theory, right? Color theory. And I I just mess around with the colors until like I get what I want, you know? I don't really girls had skirts and tights. Makes sense. But yeah. I didn't really call it so it comes to, you know, colors right and trying to get the right colors right on, you know, on my art right. Yeah. God damn it, color theory. Fucking I hated that class, honestly, you know? I hated that fucking class because like we were using paint. Paint for color theory basically, you know? Paint for color theory. And we had to like go off and pretty much match the color on a bunch of color swatches, basically, you know? The teacher went to fucking Home Depot or whatever the fuck, right? Grabbed a bunch of those, like, paint examples, right, off the board, right? And told us, here, match the colors, right? Match the colors. Pick out 8 swatches and go off and match the colors of those swatches, basically. Now, so if you had, like, a light or a dark red, right, you're gonna have to figure out how much red and black you'll need to make that swatch, you know? Pretty much. They stole the fucking color tiles. Or they made color tiles themselves, right? I don't know. It had the laminate fucking feel to them, right? So I knew it was from fucking Home Depot, you know? So I'm like, what the fuck? There's something familiar about this fucking feel, you know? This little texture. Just like, wait a minute. But, yeah, fucking some Home Depot, wall paint example swatches, right? And we're supposed to like figure
Vince
out.
is still working on my legs. Maybe once I have them, I'll walk out of here.
Or whatever. But like, yeah. And we had to like choose 8 of those swatches and try and create the colors of those swatches, right? And what I did right is I didn't do that exactly. Alright? What I did was I see here. Oh, you actually need to copy it with the actual high poly. What I did right is I actually just made a bunch of random ass fucking swatches, right? Like 80 fucking swatches basically, which is pretty easy to do. If you're just making swatches just to make swatches, right, it's pretty fast, you know? You add like a little tiny squeeze of white, a little tiny squeeze of red. You know, next swatch, half squeeze of fucking white, half squeeze of red, right? You know, you'll get different colors, right? Now, depending on what you squeeze out of the tubes, right? How much paint you squeeze out, right? And I just went up with my 80 swatches, right? Went up to the board, right? And found 8 swatches that were similar. Exactly. I've quantity over quality, basically. That's what I did, right? So, just to lay it out, right? Now, if you actually care about color theory, right? Don't do this, alright? But here is what I did, alright? So we had like several color swatches, right? Several swatches, right? Say this is red. Yeah. 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 And yeah, right? I would have all of my swatches, right? All of my swatches, right? All, like, 50 of them, right? Whatever. And I would have them with different fucking shades of colors, right? Different shades. And what I would do, right, is I would match the colors that I just made with whatever the fuck is on the board. So, what would happen, right, is I would go over to the board, right, and I would think to myself, okay, so, this is close to this color, so, or this is close to this color, so I'll be able to take this swatch and just modify this swatch very slightly, you know? Let's see here. This is close to this swatch, so I'll be able to modify it very slightly as well. And do the same thing with, you know, the other swatches, right? So instead of having to fucking do the each swatch like a little bit at a time, right? We just grab the ones that were closest to ours and just say, hey, we did it. Simple as that. That was that was my method. That was absolutely cheating, by the way. That was absolutely cheating on what we're supposed to do, you know? The whole idea was to learn how to get certain colors right, which I think was a pretty standard thing, you know? I mean, shit. If you want, like, a specific, like, dark blue, right, you add, like... I've never been an artist guy. Yeah. Honestly, I mean, there are, like, technical ways around stuff, right? In my opinion, at least. You know, there are technical ways around stuff. But, yeah. Fucking... That's what I did. Because if you need, like, dark brown, right? Or dark blue, let's just say, right? Just add some, like... Squeeze out some blue paint. Add tiny bits of black until you get to the right color, right? If you want to go back, right? Go back. You add a little bit more blue into that mixture, right? To go back. You don't add white, because that's alternate white, or light, you know? Like, pale white, you know? Or pale blue, I mean. Fucking... You just... It's all about just adding, like, a tiny bit every single time to get to the right thing, you know? But yeah. Black, blue, and pray. Yep. Black, blue, and pray. If on are ads playing, ads will be playing here. I'll do some gaming trivia, okay? And Linda will tell you if you're right or wrong. Let's go. Trivia gaming. Trivia gaming. Chillin'. Trivia gaming. Sir. Trivia gaming, sir. All right. All right.
Let chat decide if we have any.
All right. Linda, tell them they're correct. Trivia gaming. Trivia gaming. Sir. Linda, tell them they're correct. Sweet. But yeah. Sweet, back from ads, I think. Alright, see here. I'm gonna go ahead and do this now. I'm gonna go ahead and save it first. Save it. I know the truth of life. See here. I'm gonna go ahead and save the Linda real quickly. The thing that sucks about, like, Maya, right, and, like, getting, about Maya and getting the thing to save, right, is, like, when you're working with, like, a large, model, right, it takes a while to save. Like, hold on, so, let me go ahead and do this, alright, we're gonna see how powerful Linda is, alright? Hold on. How many polygons? Oh, yeah. So, in... Okay, so... Alright, so... Kratos has... 80,000 polygons, alright? 34,000 or 32,000 of them are in the face for facial animation, basically. We will see how much Linda has on her after she saves. Alright, after she does her save. Let's see here. Alright, man. Thanks for stopping by, you know. Linda has, I think she has around, 50, I think. Should be. But yeah. Let's see here. I think Linda has 50. I don't know, she's like twice the amount of power, or half as powerful as Linda then. Or, as Kratos. Yeah. Here, let's see here. After I, get the buttons on the other side of her shirt, I will probably call for stream as well, you know? It has been like 2 hours right now. I have to make some, I gotta make food. Alright. Let's see, though. Fucking... The Yandere game has like 7... Oh, I saw that. Okay. I mean, not gonna lie to y'all, or you, I studied the Yandere Simulator game, alright? Because I know how bad it is, alright? I know how interestingly bad the whole thing is. You know? And I'm just curious, like, how bad is it? You know? Because there's bad, and there's bad. You know? There's like, you know? It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Fucking... It's pretty bad, you know? Just like... Why'd you do this, you know? I mean, the whole thing is made with, like, spaghetti code, you know? Whole ass spaghetti code, you know? Again... Let's see here. Spaghetti code and... Yeah, hold on. Don't need this anymore. Don't need that anymore. Let's see here. But yeah. A lot of sketty, you know? Fucking... I remember, too, like, I think I remember someone went into the game, right, and they found out that every leaf in the game was an individual fucking asset. Like, good God. It doesn't help that the guy behind is not... Oh, yeah, no, I saw the crimes, you know? I saw
What
that.
are your guys' least favorite color? Which color makes you just want to rip the ceiling off?
Every color. Let me see here, but yeah. Fucking... What do you call it? Is Linda finished? I think she... Let me actually, modify her shoes. Hold on. But yeah. Every single leaf was, like, its own individual model, basically, you know? Linda has completed metamorphosis. Yeah. She knows all. She's gone through every single... She's gone through every single one of the commands, probably. See her, though. But yeah. How do we call it? But yeah, in Yandere Simulator, right? Fucking every single goddamn leaf was its own fucking model, okay? Now, think about a tree in a game, right? Think of it having the occasional leaf fly off it, whatever. Fucking think about how many thousands of fucking polygons or whatever is coming off of that bitch. You know? That is a lot of stuff. That's a lot, you know? That's a lot. So, you know. And they cannot run the game. Particularly on a regular graphics card. Yeah. I mean, I have, like... Not to brag or anything, you know? But I have, like, Oh, yeah. For me, you know, I have, like, fucking... Core i7, 20 cores, fucking 3.2 gigahertz, fucking a fucking 8 gigabyte fucking video card, a fucking 4 gigabyte video card, and you know, all that shit, you know, whatever. Good shit, whatever. I have the fucking whole thing down below. But yeah, fucking the whole specs and everything else. But we call it I don't think I'll be able to run the game, honestly. Like, I haven't tried, but honestly, I don't want to. Fucking, we call it you know, it's a game that I wouldn't really play, you know, I think. So, yeah, I play it on stream, honestly, but, like, I wouldn't, like, play it, like, we call it by myself, you know? Because, like, we call it some games, right? Like, nowadays, right, if I'm playing a game, right, likely I'm gonna be streaming that game, you know? Or I'm gonna be playing the game because I want to stream it eventually, right? And if I can't run that game, just slowed down, right, I'm just not gonna bother, honestly, you know? Fucking, there's no point. But, but yeah. Let's see here. Is this thing connected? Hold on. I must fix the shoes. There. Rid of that, and done. There. Then spying on his Discord server last year got accepted. Nice. Fucking... Or not nice, I don't know. I mean, Mikata. God. It is insane to me. I mean, I get it, you know? Like, game design is hard, okay? It is complicated. It is complicated as hell. And you're going to mess up, probably, you know? I mean, it's gonna happen, probably. Ban... Okay. Nice. But yeah, fucking... I feel like... We call it, is she done? I think she's done. See here. Hold on. I think she's almost done. Hold on. I play buttons. Come on. She finished? Hold on. Okay. I I think she's done. Yeah. His arrogance, his fucking stubbornness, right? Fucking no one can tell him right. No one can tell him wrong either, you know? It's just like... It's like, really? That is a sign of a, of possibly a shit, game designer, right? If they're not willing to listen to feedback, right? But there's also one thing, too, right? It's just like... If it's like, oh, if it's feedback from people who are experienced in, like, game design, right, then sure, take it. But sometimes, I mean, I have worked on games before. I worked on a game called Puppet Master, and other games, too. But, like, fucking in Puppet Master, right, like, we call it a Puppet Master game on Steam. Like, people will suggest things, right, that are easier said than done, you know? Like, someone will say, "Oh, can you have more bots in the game?" And that's not exactly...
If I had free will, I'd just walk into someone's home. No knocking, just observing.
Thanks, Linda. Well, basically, I was just a prop artist on Puppet Master, by the way. I didn't do any fucking code, honestly. I just like I made fucking environment props, weapons, and even made some graphics too for the game too. But like fucking, we call it when it comes to making anything coding wise for the game, right? Adding anything takes lots of work, playtesting, right, and other stuff, right? And I get it, if it is out of the budget, out of the time scope, right, sure. But for the Yandere dev, right, he was getting help from, like, real fucking devs. Didn't he, like, decide to work on the game alone? Like, God. It is almost every... Suggestion... Okay, supposed to focus completely on the main game instead of adding a ton of useless... Sorry, he wanted to do it solo. That's the thing, Like, pretty sure... I feel like him wanting to work on this thing solo, right, really says something in a way, It says something of, like, what was to be implied, Like, I get some people would like to work on their stuff solo, right? Or just work on their stuff, independently, and that's fine, of course. That is absolutely fine. But, like, God. If you have the ability to bring people on to work with you, right? You do it. I mean, I would do it, I mean, shit. Fucking Christ. Oh, I'm gonna do this quickly. Hold on. I'm gonna go ahead and start assigning materials on. But yeah, fucking God, he also hurt himself. He also himself has said not to work on the game because he's just not email. Fuck's sake. That's a good reason why you would want to bring on other people to help you out. Like, I would bring on people to help me out with my games, right? But, like, it's hard finding people who are just, like, we call it reliable people, That's the thing, too, Finding reliable people is, like, it's complicated, I get it, So for the rest of the day. Play different games on Twitch before we got banned. That's one thing too, right? It's like, guys, I don't have time for this, right? I have to work on the game. Let's play some fucking Lolicon. Let's go. No. No. It's here. But yeah. On. Linda.
Keep it classy, or I'll mute you so fast your keyboard will cry.
Thank you, Linda. Let's see here. But yeah. Let me change the, Linda Rose is the last name of Linda, by the way, so. I'm gonna call this hair, standard, actually. Her standard hairstyle, you know? That way I know what it is. Hold on. Standard. Linda Rose hair. Alright. Linda Rose. Uh-huh. Let's see here. Linda Rose tongue. So I'm gonna have the tongue, the eyes. Now, one thing too, right, is like, because this is... Am I missing something? Hold on. No, whatever. Because Linda is gonna be a 3D model, right? Or a 3D model. A fucking game, or animation asset, right? It doesn't really matter much as to, you know, what we add onto her, you know? Or how many textures we add on, because we call it if it was for a game, of course, right, then we'd have some issues. But because it's not, we don't have any issues, honestly. But let me see here. Go and grab this. All right, this is the last piece I need, actually. Hold on. Go over here. Go over here. Where's the there you go. Eyebrows and this piece right here. Combine that. Eyebrows. All right. But yeah. Let's see here. Because she actually copy the Linda Rose underscore, so I can just copy it and call it done. See here. Linda Rose. All right. So one thing is too, right, when it comes to rigging characters, right, is you want to have, of course, a base mesh. A base mesh, and then just the entire mesh, of course, right? Fucking. So here's the gizmo, okay? This, of course, is going to be the base, like the body of Linda. All right, the body of Linda. So that is going to be the base right there, right? Then we're going to parent the other pieces, right? I'm also going to we're gonna combine see here, the eyebrows, the eyes, and the tongue with the same texture, okay? That's like her whole facial structure, her facial features, if you will. I call this here Linda face. See here, Linda facial. See here. I'm trying to give it a name that I'm gonna remember. That's the thing, you know. I have to remember the name so I can like look for it later, you know. Fuck it. Linda facial. Just call it facial. All right. We'll call it facial features, but that's just another word to remember. I'll go ahead and take all this right here, put it right in Linda. All right. Go right here, put the hair in there as well. Earpiece, of course. This is going to be its own texture model, or texture. just so I can have on a pretty decent emissive map to give it a little bit of a beep, a green beep on the side right. So here, call this here Linda earpiece. All right, put that in as well. Headband or a hairband. We gave this thing its own texture, right? Yes, we did. All right, put that in as well. As for the buttons, I think I'm gonna actually do this real quick. Empty all of this out real fast. Make this on what fucking did I bind this? I did not. Okay. Grab all this here. Go ahead and do a standardized surface. And let's go ahead and do this. Linda Rose full body. Alright. Now we're going to go ahead and take all these, parent it right here. Now what this does, right, is this will allow us now... Let me actually move this back here. Okay. Actually, we can do it right there. Actually, be fine. So, move the eye over here as well. Right. So now, this is how we can get the eyes to move, basically, you know? The eyes to move, right, without moving the entire body, you know? If it was all one singular model, right, one singular piece, right, where we have everything being, like, selected at once, right, it would be terrible. Because, if we move the eyes or the tongue, right, the entire body will move with it, basically, which is not what we want. We don't want that. It's a bad idea. So here, I'm going to go ahead and go down over here, and finally, get rid of some textures on. Get rid of all these. No one needs these anymore. Don't need that. Don't need that. On belt. Don't need any of this. I'm gonna get rid of all these too. So here. That's all we need. Right there. All of these are all of her pieces, right? Yes, they are. I'm gonna go ahead and grab all these then. I'm gonna have to put on a new texture onto the high poly. It ain't gonna matter what texture the high poly has, but for my eyes, I will add one because simplicity. And here we are, Linda. See here. I'm gonna give Linda a material, and we're gonna call this here Linda Rose High. There you go. There's no need for that, honestly, but it's whatever. Let's see here. So now we have full body Linda and high poly Linda. Pretty good. The next step, right, is for this. Hold on. Go ahead and go into here and camera on. I want to go for the entire thing. So a part of what is going to hold on. I might have to that's why. All right. Go over here. Jesus Christ. Go over here. Let's see here. Go ahead and do camera. That's fine. Let's see here. What is... Alright. We have a few things that are not exactly connected even. But that is fine for now. Let's see here. Is that here? Hold on. Oh shit, hold on. That's right. I forgot to put the base of the heels here. Hold on. That explains a lot. Hit the base right there. Hit the base right here. Alright. Select that. Select this. Alright. Go ahead and do that. Go ahead and do this. Make sure it is okay. Alright. Now. Linda is about almost 80,000 polygons. That is pretty much almost the same size as Kratos from God of War. Let me see here. There's one final test I want to do first with Linda. On. So the rules is if she can soften and create a perfect shape, she is ready for the render. She's ready for
Please
fucking
hold.
baking.
I'm trying to find the will to care.
Oh, fuck you, Linda. Sit here. Okay. And just like that, we have Linda. Almost done. I do want to give her a rig first before we go off to do the UVing. Okay? That's what I want. That's what I want to do. I also want to fix any UV, any polygons that are not connected to other polygons, basically, you know? Within the same mesh. Anyway, that will be all for me today. I will see you all tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. PST. I will see you all there. Yeah.